Alright, our next guy is a featured act in clubs, colleges, and venues all over the tri-state area. Give it up for Joey Rosenberg!
Thank you very much, guys. How you fucking doing, huh? Come on, hey. Yeah, that's good. Fucking mic cord. Anthony, that was a great set, man.
Thank you.
No, that was a great set, man. You remember that Netflix documentary that came out about Ted Bundy? I know it's convinced everybody all over the world that serial killers can be really attractive. And one day we'll have Anthony's documentary to bring us all back to our senses. But thank you, I'm so grateful to be here. It has been a crazy year for me, guys. My mom went into the hospital with a brain tumor. She came out okay, thank God. My dad went into the hospital with a heart murmur, came out fine. But I've been seeing a lot of hospitals. And if there's one rule I feel like every hospital on earth should follow, take the word memorial out of your title. Not very encouraging going in there. You know? Like, think about it. Would you eat at a pizza place that's called, we used to have Four Brothers Pizza? I don't think so. I found out today that the cologne I wear is actually perfume. Which means I'm attracting all sorts of women, but they think I'm gay. It's like, all right, jury's still out on that. Oh man, I'm the youngest of 5, and you get a lot of hand-me-downs when you're the youngest of 5. Which for me meant spending my whole childhood looking like 4 Metallica fans with one shared closet. Not as cool as it sounds. And people were very encouraging about it. They were like, it'll be okay, you'll grow into it. And unfortunately, I grew into a face that says I'm creepy, but I mean well. Because being creepy, that's kind of hard to gauge, right? It could be something as simple as looking at someone wrong, even if you give them a compliment. Like, man, what's your name? April, okay. April, I can't be like, April, that's a really good sweater you got there. Can't do that, you know? Like it has to, like what you do and say has to match, you know? Like, if I was gonna get into a fight with somebody, ooh, I can't be like, I'll see you outside. You know? I was gonna sit on the stool until I realized I wasn't gonna make it. I could have just moved this back here. I'm not a critical thinker. I'm 26 now. Yeah, I'll turn 27 next month. Yeah, what's left of it anyway. 27 is not a good age, usually. I mean, if you're going by rock standards anyway. You know? But I'm 26, I'm at peace with the way I look, which is good because by now I've heard some really accurate ways of describing me. I'll give you my favorites. I look like I owe 6 months rent in Spain. I like that one too. I look like my whole month is riding on my dog, winning a few fights. And my personal favorite, I look like I have a history of leaving the oven on. It was twice. Come on. Now, but like, I'm not bad looking, I'm just not classically good looking. That sounded delusional. Ladies, good news, if you don't find me attractive, it's just a side effect of finding me attractive. No, but I'm not like classically good looking. I got like 1940s face. It's in the eyebrows, very unfrozen caveman-like. And by contrast, if you look at a photo of my grandfather, he looks like he belongs in the Backstreet Boys right now. Like he looks fantastic. He's badass too. He fought the Germans and the Japanese. How you doing? You want to hear about my grandfather? God, if only like a day could be that easy. Like, yeah, go ahead, tell me all about it. Like, oh man. The thing is, my dad watches more World War II footage than anybody that I know. I think he's just trying to find like footage of my grandfather. Like, and when I say World War II footage, I mean Hitler footage. And we're Jewish, so it's weird. Very weird. Every time I see him watching a new one, I kind of just go up to him to fuck with him a little bit. I'm like, hey Dad, you think Hitler's gonna win this time? Like, I don't know, son, the jury's still out on that one. We'll see. Who here's married? Let me hear you. Come on, who's married in here or... Wow, okay. Should I have asked who's divorced? Would it have been a resounding, yeah, all of us! Like... Oh man, my parents need to get divorced. Like, need to. Like, they've been asking me if they should get divorced since I was a little kid. Serious. Like, you know how some kids' first words are like, yeah. Those are my first words because my parents had just asked me if they should get divorced. My dad acts like he doesn't agree. Like, I have to break it down for him. I'm like, Dad, you've been sleeping in separate beds for years now, haven't you? He's like, yes, we have. I'm like, oh. And she's still kicking you at night, isn't she? Writing's on the wall, pal, get divorced. You know? But let's see here. Have you ever seen somebody that you haven't seen in a very long time, and they're in a wheelchair, and they still haven't forgiven you? I wanted to keep you guys honest. Anybody in here religious of any kind? I'm just curious. Yeah, anybody? Is there no God or marriage in here too? This is like fucking, this is depraved. Like, oh man. Like, I don't know if I believe in God anymore either, if you want to know the truth. Here's the thing though. Alright, if there is a God, I'm just glad he or she isn't really sarcastic. You know, like every time you stumble, you grew another eye so you can watch where you're going. And am I the only one that feels like there better be food in heaven?
Agreed.
Like there better be food in heaven. What am I supposed to be working towards? And what if I get there and there's no food? What am I going to do? Sue? All the lawyers are in hell. You know? It'd be fun trying to reach that law firm though. You've reached Satan, Hitler, Stalin, and Goldberg. How can we help you? It's a competitive practice. Oh man, but this is why I don't believe in God, because we have been to the moon, and if that had happened in biblical times, those people would be in the Bible, and they would have way cooler names. They would be named like Andromedas or Esophagus or something, you know? And what did we get? Buzz. And Buzz's friend? Neil. That sounds like the name of a manager that hates you. It's like, Neil's here. Shit. Oh man, that's not the case for me anymore because I quit my job! Oh yeah. Did not give my 2 weeks notice. You've been waiting all day to say that somewhere. You couldn't get stuck in traffic and get it out then? No, I'm just messing with it. Oh man. Let's see here. I was watching my favorite TV show earlier today, Survivor Mexico. It's pretty much the same thing as Fear Factor Brazil. You just put a camera on somebody and wait for them to drink the water, go to the schools, you know, basic stuff. Basic shit. And then with these commercials. Now, I don't care if we're talking TV or radio, we need to stop allowing erectile dysfunction commercials to air. Right? Who said that, Booker? That's great. I want to ask if it's in use, but but I won't put you on the spot like that. I don't know, because I'm Jewish, sometimes people ask me like what I think about circumcision. Like I look at it like drugs, like uncut, pure, like, what the fuck? Like, you know? It's okay, man, you don't have to tell me anything. But there are these commercials and they're so fucking dishonest, man. Like, I'm getting really, really tired of it. Like, for instance, I don't even need to see a commercial anymore to know what it's going to be about. All I need to do is hear that phone number. Because if it's something good, you know, like light brights or a trip to Ocean City, Maryland or something. Like, any Maryland people in the house? All right. Like, it's gonna, the phone number is going to sound a certain way. If it's something like that, the phone number is going to be like, 655. It's going to be really good like that. If it's something horrible, it's going to be like, have you been molested by the clergy? Call 1-888-888-888-888. It's damn near motorboating the camera by the end. Like, you know? And then that commercial goes on, and it's like, if you've been molested by the clergy, you may be eligible for representation. Maybe. Maybe. That means that someone who had that happen to them went to them, those lawyers at some point, and they turned them down like, yeah, we can't win this. It's not black and white enough, you know. It's fucking strange, man. And it doesn't get any better with commercials, man. Like, the products that they sell you, like, they don't tell you why you need them or what you're going to use them for. Like, I could write better slogans for these products than these companies. Like, Durex condoms. At some point, you're going to be thinking clearly again. Or Entenmann's cake. Oh man, she'll be back. New clothes would be the easiest to write for, because it's the same for everybody. New clothes, because sometimes your body needs a little more help distracting from your face. You know? But I'm getting older, and some like things that never used to bother me like at all drive me crazy now. Like buying headphones. It's always 1 hour that goes by and 1 ear breaks. Like, you couldn't do that with shoes. Would you commit to keeping a pair of shoes if after 1 hour you can honestly say, you know, I'm more comfortable with one of them off? It's bullshit, you know? And other things that used to scare me kind of don't anymore. Like, my biggest fear used to be going deaf, because I used to be in bands. You know, my band actually opened up here for a band a couple of years ago. It's pretty crazy being back here. Shout out to the career that failed. You know? But yeah, that's strange. I think where we really missed the boat, though, with TV, was reality TV. We could have really nipped it in the bud and stopped some of this like, depravity here. Like, we wouldn't have had to destroy lives to do it. All we had to do was give them really old names, you know? Like, do you think Jersey Shore would have taken off if everyone had names like, how you doing? I'm Otis. That's my girl, Winifred. That's Clementine over there. Like, it would not have caught on, I'm just saying. It wouldn't have. Oh, man. You know, but I got out of a 3-year relationship this year. She dumped me, which I didn't take very well, so I dumped her body. Didn't really happen. But I knew it was over way before it ended. She started talking about how hot Michael B. Jordan is. You know, Killmonger when he was in Black Panther. But I didn't take it very maturely. I was like, suddenly my Harley Quinn fetish doesn't seem so silly now, does it? You know? And like, we broke up over text, I dropped her stuff off at her house, and my friends took me out because they didn't want me to stand and pout, but my friends are in a deathcore band. Now, if you don't know what deathcore is, picture every line of dialogue from The Exorcist as sung by the demon from The Exorcist. And a deathcore show, not the place to go if you're feeling vulnerable. Not the place to go. Because everyone there has like their own fucked up dance. They're always a little different, but they're pretty much all called the same thing. They're called the "Stay Away From Me, Father." You know, it's ridiculous. I'm not a good dancer. I can't even pretend to do. They actually throw some other moves in there. They throw like the lawnmower in there sometimes. It's like they're kneeing somebody in the head all across the stage. And at certain shows, they wouldn't do that unless there was a girl that was 12. So don't worry about it. Oh, God, that was a great show. That was like my last show where I saw that happen. What a way to end my musical career. I would have preferred it if I just like literally shat myself on stage. You know? Let's see. I believe Native Americans had the first rap names. Because Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee sounds like a Jay-Z album that never got made. Right? Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot, man. Man. But yeah, after the breakup, man, I started watching a lot more TV and a lot of basketball. Any NBA fans in here? Yeah, man. Like, I was watching a lot of basketball, mainly because I was fascinated with the concept of a personal foul. Like, how did they decide that when a foul got really personal? Like, must have been the first rewind where they're like, okay, here's where he stepped out of bounds, here's where he elbowed him, and right there is where he called his mom a salty bitch. Guys, I'm so grateful. Thank you very much for coming. I'm Joey Rosenberg.